There's a party going on right here, a celebration to last throughout the year. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We're gonna celebrate your party with you. Come on. Celebration! We are now owned by PIF Amanda Staveley and Jamie Rubens. It's done and dusted. It's official. Keep down on my TV telling us it is done. We have got rid of that horrible ogre, Mike Ashley. Time to celebrate, everyone. It's time to celebrate. We're back. Newcastle United are back. Honestly, what a day. I've been waiting for such a long time for this. We all have been. We've all been waiting for, excuse me, 14 years for this creature that's drained our club like a parasite dry to leave us alone, get out of our club, and now he's gone. And we have to thank fantastic Amanda Staveley for all of her work, putting together a consortium. Second time she's done it, remember, to buy our club. Oh, dear me. I've got to say I'm emotional. I was crying earlier when the shares were transferred from St James's Holding over to the consortium. And at some stage in the next 10 to half an hour, 20 minutes, I'm going to have to leave you for 5 minutes to get the shopping in. Because it's got to be brought in. But we can talk. Comment. Let's have your comments. We're celebrating. We are celebrating. Damn all we're celebrating. Back to where we used to be. Let's have the heroes back into the club. Kevin Keegan, let's have it. I want to see him in the club again. I want to see him on the centre circle. Getting our adoration from the crowd at St James's Park that we never got the chance to when Mike Ashley screwed him over when he was our manager last. I want to see Alan Shearer. I want to see Robert Lee. I want to see Warren Barton. Les Ferdinand. Let's have Steve Bruce gone. He's part and parcel of this terrible regime. A yes man that did whatever he could to please Mike Ashley. Never stood up to him. Supposed to be a professional football manager. Never stood up to him. Took it all. For the money. Supposed supporter. Them days are over. We ain't got to talk about that kind of shite anymore. Because we're now back. We're owned by people that love us, that want us. They want to build us. They want to build a city. Everyone's going to benefit in the northeast Tyneside. Everyone's going to benefit. Most of all, St James's Park's going to benefit. The club's going to benefit. We're going to have infrastructure, something that's been missing for so long, probably since Bobby left. Yeah, it's a massive day. It's probably the biggest day as a Newcastle United supporter we've had for years and years and years. Years and years and years. It's probably as momentous as the day we won the European First Cup against Wipesh Doza in 1969. This is the base for us to compete in the Premier League, something we've been begging for, absolutely begging for so long. Yeah, definitely. So it's all good. Yeah. So just replying to a couple of messages I've got on Twitter. Barry will be along soon. And I'm talking to nobody. Oh, shit. Annie, how do you change this to live and private, or is Barry just doing that for? I've got a comment, so that's okay.
Yeah,
so
it's public. It's public. It's public. It's fine, mate.
How are you, mate?
Oh wow. Yeah, I'm good. I'm fine. But wow, how must you be feeling? Christ.
I was crying earlier when the transfer.
Yeah, Newcastle just confirmed actually. Newcastle.
Yeah, it's all done. It's all done. It's all done, mate.
Wow.
It's all done. It's official.
Unbelievable.
It's official now. And there's people outside St James's Park. There's a lad there, looks about 14. He's got a bottle of beer in his hand. There's a few kind of chavas there. Yeah, it's there's a good couple of thousand people there. Let's go, Thomas. Fucking get in, says Daniel. Annie, when my shopping comes, will you take over?
Fine, absolutely fine.
My shopping's about to arrive in the next. Well, it could be any time now for the next hour.
I think the problem with that is if you're not on the screen, I think the stream might be taken down.
Will it?
Yeah, I think if Barry comes, I think
So Barry's coming soon. Yeah, Barry's coming soon, but he's having his tea. It's happening when he's having his tea. I'll just walk it. Talking of which, we've got someone coming in now, and it's Bazza.
You need to change the camera view, mate.
Oh yeah, sorry, mate.
Yeah, right. Back to having my tea.
Okay, good, buddy.
See you soon.
Bit momentous.
Should we change the background? I think we just put that as Newcastle. There we go.
Yeah, go on, Annie. You've got it sorted. We have our club back, says Thomas. We do. We do have our club back. Well, we hope we do. Just imagine if these people were worse than Mike Ashley. Imagine. It's not going to be like that. It's not going to be like that. Oh, dear. Yeah, it's great. We're going to be able to compete again. That's the big thing. We're not asking for Champions League. Eventually, it might come, but we're not asking for that imminently, immediately. We just want to compete. We're not competing at the moment. We've been run as a cash cow for Sports Direct for 14 years, and now it can be a football club again. That's all I have to say.
The fact that it's come so quickly, is people are saying Steve Bruce bingo. When's he going?
I wonder when Steve Bruce will get the tin tag. I'm sure we're going to hear something today, but he's going to be out of the job.
I think I feel slightly for Bruce because if new ownership, and obviously Mike Ashley didn't back him, probably just kept him there because didn't want to pay the money to sack him. But wow, how weird does that mean? How weird does it feel to say not Mike Ashley's Newcastle when it's not?
No, it's going to be hard to. Well, it's not going to be hard to get used to because we've been dying for it. So, but to say it, I mean, the celebrations out St James's now, it's they've all got cans. They're all going mental. Basically.
Hashtag cans.
Hashtag cans. Yeah.
No, let's put it in the comments. Hashtag cans. There we
go. Yeah. So after my shopping bin arrived, what I'll do is I'll just walk. I'll keep myself here. I won't turn myself off and let you carry on.
Right. Yeah.
You might see me walking past with a bag of shopping, but.
Yes, I have.
Yes, Thomas. No need to doubt. It's done, mate. It's official. It's done. Takeover has been completed. We're now not owned by Mike Ashley, and how great it is to say that. It's amazing. It's fantastic. And I went on a rant earlier, but I don't think I was even on live. I was on private. I went on a rant about Mike Ashley, and I don't think anyone saw it. Oh, dear
now your marquee signing. You know you should be. This is just January to help you stay up. It should be Danny Simpson.
Oh yeah, just the bloke I was thinking about. I'd rather have Homer Simpson.
Please, just take it. Please, I beg. Please.
A word of caution here from Chris. He's probably right, actually. Even lads, I'm happy. You lot got new ownership, but you've got a very long way to go to be where you want to be.
Completely.
Well, yeah, we're 19th at the table at the minute, so we have got a long way to go. But there's hope there now. That's the first thing we've got installed into us is hope. There was no future in the Mike Ashley at all. Just season after season of just finishing above the relegation zone. That's not football. That's not.
I think this season will be similar, but I think next season will be the season where I don't think he'll finish in the top half, but I think he'll be finishing comfortably in the mid-table zone and then really kicking on, because that's when I think the ownership will have shut up, dog. Will have real impact on on the club and on the local area, on whatever it is, because it's not just about investing in players. It's about youth academy.
No, it's not.
It's about the local area. As many Newcastle fans have pointed out, it's about it's basically just about overall thing and overall taking care of the city and taking care of the local area, because in the end, if you don't support the people, if you have the money and you don't have the social responsibility to take care of the people right behind you struggling in the pandemic, especially, I don't think you deserve to be owners of football clubs. Even if you sign Messi, Ronaldo, I don't care. If you're not helping people in their time of need, I don't really class you as good people.
But that was all in the blueprint, though, Annie. I mean, the investment into the local economy and infrastructure around Newcastle and Tyneside, that was all part of the blueprint. And Rubens have already got stuff going on there already. Jamie Rubens, so yeah, I think that's positive, really positive for that too. Judy says, "Right, I've been asleep the past 2 days on antidepressants and white wine. What have I missed?" Just a small thing here and there, Judy.
Not much.
Mike actually isn't in Newcastle anymore. He doesn't have anything to do with us anymore. The last 14 years are now history, officially history. So, Chris says, "You will definitely be part of the new Big Six once new owners have got in." I don't want to be one of the Big Six. I want to be the antithesis of the Big Six. I don't want to get involved with their politics and money-grabbing schemes.
Baz has just put their links in the description. You know what I will do? You know what I'll do? I'll just put the link in the comments just for anyone who's
wants to join.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, brilliant. But let's come on and share your joy, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. No, come on, share your joy.
Don't put in. Don't block World Sport TV. I can't pin the comments. I can't pin the comments, can I? During stream with StreamYard, it's a bit of a bummer.
Glad to see you sacked Barry and got Annie in. That's a smart step. Oh dear me. Anything goes today. It's a momentous day. 14 years of absolute nonsense. Mbappe.
In a Newcastle show.
What we got? Got loads of comments of 5 minutes.
So yeah.
Chris says, "Congratulations, Newcastle fans. Thank you, Chris. You lot deserve it." I think we've been through the ringer, really. So yeah, I'd say we do deserve it. Massive fan base. We have indeed. Links in the description to join the show for anyone that wants to come and join us and share the joy and give us something. I mean, I was singing earlier. I don't think I was even on live or on private. I gave a sing song. Probably a good thing it wasn't on live, to be honest. What else we got? Thomas says, "Hi, Judy. Opens the white wine antidepressants. You won't need antidepressants now. Seriously. Nothing to be depressed about. It's all good. Everything's good." Let's go, Millionaires. That's a strange post from Thomas. He doesn't mention things that you mentioned.
No, don't say it. You'll trigger him.
Hi, Thomas. There's a link if you want to come on. It's in the comments, boys and girls and ladies and gentlemen. What else we got? Thanks, Judy. Love you too. That's from Annie, obviously. I'm just giving
That's you. That's not me. That's Barry. That's not me. That's Barry.
Was it?
Yeah, it's Barry.
Level 7 David. Well, the day is here. It certainly is. It certainly is, mate. Certainly is. Want to come on? The links in the thing.
Is that David?
And in fact, there he is. Hi, Dave.
Yeah, right.
How you feeling, kiddo?
Absolutely buzzing. Absolutely overwhelmed.
It's brilliant, isn't it? It's just something we never thought would happen, isn't it? And it's come so quickly.
If you've never seen a big man cry, you have now.
Yeah, I know. I feel it, bro. I'm with you. I was when I saw the share transferred over to the consortium, that kind of got me going in. Because then it's official. You know it's official. If the share, Mark Cassidy isn't going to give his shares away for nothing, so you know it's official. And then of course we had me and Dad tweeting cans, and then we had Jamie Rubens tweeting cans. So we knew then it was done, and then
we had ASM as well. We had ASM tweeting.
Has he tweeted? Has he? What did he say?
He posted a picture. He said very interesting GIF of "Good morning." It's very interesting. Some people might not like it. Find it quite amusing.
But I see
Jamie
the top,
Rubin says, "Go on, Dave."
I still see the top 6 are having complaints over how we're going to be a challenger now, and
Look,
we don't need to take any notice of those small clubs. Peasants.
peasants. like how you used the word peasants there.
Inconsequential clubs like Manchester United and Man City and Chelsea and Arsenal and Spurs and Liverpool.
Like,
I'm only joking. They're not inconsequential clubs at all. Judy's at work in the office, so it's super hard not to jump on the own screen. Just do it, Judy. Just do it.
Like I'm saying, Billy, my ex-partner, she's a Man U fan.
Is she?
My ex-partner, she texted saying, this shouldn't be allowed. This is horrendous. And I just text her back saying, you're just a small town, you're just a small club in Manchester. And just shut up. You're just a small club in Manchester. And you're a peasant to us now.
What does Ollie say? Even lads, it's actually happened. Cheers. This is unreal. 14 years of misery are gone over. We can finally have hope now. Only one thing for it, cans.
I wish I had the money. I wish I had the money.
I've got a shopping coming. I don't want to turn up the door, smelling the booze. So, Judy says, how long until they implement change? I think League Time is already gone. Yeah, okay, mate. League Time is already gone.
All of them are gone. All of them.
Yeah, he's already gone. Apparently he went this morning. And I don't think Steve Bruce will be far behind him. Who we get in, I don't know, but they'll have some kind of idea of who they want. I'm sure they're very forensic.
I think they'll be fine paying Bruce the money. But to be completely honest, Bruce might as well walk and save a bit of dignity because, well, he's not going to survive anyways. It's not like he's going to be given any time. But what I'd say to that is, well, Bruce would obviously want his own financial situation to be completely fine and get.
Yeah, but I mean, these people have got kind of bottomless pockets, haven't they? So right, I'm sure.
I'm just going to pop to the shop.
I know what you're going to get. Someone's about to cry. Daniil, hi Daniil. Hi guys, what a day! Yeehaw! It's a momentous day. It's one that will never be forgotten. 7th of October, 2021. That'll be ingrained in our head forever and a day. I imagine.
Back in 2 minutes.
Okay, mate, go and get your cans. Thomas, when Bruce, I've got to press the button first, and you'll see it. When Bruce goes, it will be the cherry on top. Well, there's no way on God's earth these people are daft enough to keep Steve Bruce involved. They can see the table, the performances we're putting in. He needs to be gone ASAP.
To be honest, I'd kind of accept, or not accept. That's not the right word. I'd kind of understand if it was a decent manager who'd been there and knew what he was doing and knew his way around the club. But Bruce does know his way around the club, but he doesn't know what he's doing. And that's the most important thing you should be really doing as a manager. And that's just not happening. So maybe I'd understand if it was a manager who was half decent at what he was doing, keep Newcastle decently in mid-table for the season, and see out the transition from Mike Ashley to the new ownership, the Saudi consortium, and then we'll see what happens. But Bruce, really do feel for him because he's just stuck in a situation where he's not going to win at all. And he's going to lose his job. It's going to be his final Premier League job. He's not going to work anymore in the Premier League. And it just feels as if he would have left, definitely, but just feels at the sour end. And I think Bruce has kind of been like the victim. And
he was never going to leave in the Mike Ashley, though, was he? He was always going to hang on for his money.
And
that's why Mike Ashley hasn't sacked him, because he knows this has been in the pipelines for 2 or 3 weeks by all accounts. So this 2 games kind of stuff was moot, really, wasn't it? They knew this was happening. Let them deal with it.
Yeah, and I think Paul put it very well on the Tune Review, where he said, I'd like the takeover to be private. I don't want it to be public, because if it's public, well, we're all going to be having an absolute going to be having a very bad time thinking about it all the time. And well, they've kept it in public, and I don't honestly believe it's just happened like that. I think this has been a process over the past few months, and I think the fact that they've kept it private, I think, has been good. Was the arbitration case on the stream, was that a bit of a
The cat case? Yeah, I think that.
Yeah, the cat. Yeah, sorry, the cat
I think
case.
that's
Yeah,
quite big bearing on it, Andy, because the Premier League lawyer got his, for want of a better word, his arse pants live on stream there. He really had no idea what he was up against.
Well, then what? Then in the end, the Premier League have lost, but maybe the Premier League maybe they were right all along. Maybe the only reason was because of this illegal streaming, and just get that out of the way.
It's quite apparent. It's quite apparent.
Yeah.
If you look at the timelines of things, how things happened. The takeover was going to go through. Richard Keys came out and said, "My mate's going to join the board of the Premier League, Gary Hoffman. He's got a very big job to sort out." Next day, he went in. He actually started the job early. Next day, the takeover was sat off. It was obvious what happened. That was getting Gary Hoffman onto the board to stop any potential takeover, and it worked. Until this piracy issue had been solved, and it took them 18 months to do it. But there you go; it's now been done. So we can kind of let that wash over us. But still, I mean, there's got to be questions asked about the validity of people on the Premier League board. You've got to ask questions. And although the cat case won't run now, I wouldn't have thought it will run now. Might do, might not. But in my mind, it's still there that there's massive corruption going on in the Premier League. Massive corruption. We shouldn't forget that. I'm curious what Saudi culture is going to look like from a business model. Are they going to be more or less cutthroat than Abramovich? Interesting point.
I wouldn't expect, to be honest, because Abramovich is a bit of a crazy man. But I would expect them to kind of ease themselves into the Premier League and ease themselves into Newcastle, because Mike Ashley's been there 14 years. And I know 14 years is like, oh my God, we've gone through 14 years of pain. 14 years is a long time. And once you're moving away from 14 years in a job, you're going to take time to get into the next job, and that's kind of the same thing that implies here. So I don't think they'll go in straight away and be like, right, this guy gone. They'll take a bit of time and not just rebuild the whole thing straight away, because that will not work. And I think they're probably smart enough to realise that as well, and probably got them to cash to maybe take time into it.
Judy says, "Dave, get me a Kit Kat. Basil won't get me one." I think Dave's got his mind set on other things than Kit Kats, Judy. I think he's going to be getting fizzy alcoholic beverages in metal objects. That's what he's after. And I think he'll be back soon. I don't know how far the drop is from his house, but there you go. Might be a big queue in there for cans the way things are going. Trolls, hi Trolls. Hey all, so many happy cheers at the moment. Yeah, you're not on your own. Well, I think there's many people like that.
Newcastle Twitter are taking the absolute pee out of Mike Ashley. They've put ambition in bold, and then they've put the quote from Amanda Staveley. Unbelievable, Jeff.
Daniil says, need a manager who will help us with matches. Yeah, and he's going to have to do it in the next 3 months with the same squad as Steve Bruce has. We'll see now how good Steve Bruce was.
I think he's definitely got a squad good enough, to win games of football in the Premier League. And yeah, I think he'll be fine.
I do expect investment in January. I think we definitely need certain positions. We need definitely centre halves, maybe 1 or 2 centre halves. We need a striker. There's definitely areas that need improving. Just as a stopgap.
Yeah, agreed. But I don't know how much investment is actually going to be put in. It's going to be interesting to see what players you get as well, because obviously I don't remember. Yeah, obviously, but Billy would. Sorry, Billy. I'm so sorry. Billy would remember that when Man City owners came in, they didn't start off to sign. I don't know.
Mourinho, that was their main one, wasn't it?
The biggest players in the world straight away. They started
Mourinho,
signing.
but he thought he was going to Man United, didn't he? He didn't know Man City existed, apparently.
Well, and they start off quite slow, but they work their way into a really, really good moment. You know what? I'll just get Dave off, and before that, and when he comes back, we'll add him back.
Yeah, he is back already.
Oh, that's the world's. That's
Barry. Hello, Baz.
Mr. Barry.
Can't hear anything. Damn it.
Keep fiddling with it. Paul says Daniel. Judy says next up, Sultan of Brunei to buy Bristol City or Rovers. I get them mixed up.
Nah, I'm perfectly happy with my owners. Thank you.
You all right, Baz? Can you hear us now?
Get in.
I'll take it. You can. Right, when my shopping arrives, I'm going to disappear.
Yeah, that's
right.
fine. Absolutely fine, pal. I just can't believe we've done it.
I can't believe I sang Celebration and I was on private.
And I set the show up to private so no one could see it until the.
I was in all of a panic.
So I had to. I always set shows like this at private just in case something goes wrong. So I didn't want anyone to see it on YouTube until it actually happened. So that was the idea. And I noticed you were talking to yourself, so I thought I better sort it out.
I rant about Steve Bruce and Mike Ashley. Nobody saw it.
No point in writing about them. They're gone.
Yeah,
they are the past now. That is it. We now have our club back. We officially have it back. I am
loads of comments. I've skipped. I'll see what Paul means now about comment skipping because that's just skipped loads there.
Has it? You just gone to the next one.
Trolls, you sexy Scandinavian, says Judy. Judy's in a very good mood.
What the hell's David doing, honestly?
He's gone to get a can.
Oh, that's fair enough. Does it take him 15 minutes to get a can?
There you go. No, he went to the shop and bought 4 of them. There you go, Dave. 4 cans of Carling. Get them down, you son.
We're not advertising Carling.
Yeah,
not advertising anything.
No lagers. No, sorry. Yeah.
Other beverages are available.
Yes, they definitely are.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah, I heard that. Get down, yeah.
Done.
Good man. Troll says it hasn't sunk in yet. It might not for days. Well, I think it will.
To be fair, it started sinking in this morning to me because I knew it was going to happen. With all the stuff that happened yesterday, all the people on the planes, everyone who was there the last time. David, don't interrupt me today. Come on, pal. I'm talking, pal. I'm talking.
It didn't sink into me until I said Newcastle United takeover completed. Then I burst into tears.
I mean, Billy did as well.
I think
I've shed some tears, but I did it when I saw the shares been transferred from SJH to the consortium. Mike Ashley isn't going to give them shares away for nothing. That means it's done. Then I saw Mayor tweet cans and so did Jenny Williams. That was before the confirmation came. So it's done, isn't it? Absolutely, it's done.
Exactly. But as soon as the shares were transferred, that was it, really, because that means the money's in the bank to Mike Ashley as well. But it sunk into me yesterday it was going to start happening because of everyone that was coming in on the planes. Stelvey had the person who signed the contract last time. You know, everything was all piecing together. It was just when they were going to announce it. And I knew it would happen. It would happen as soon as I sat down to have my tea. And it did. As soon as I sat down to have my tea, it got announced. Just like yesterday, when all the talk started on Twitter, I walked into the cinema, turned my phone off for 2.5 hours, and I walked out with my phone had exploded. I was like, you bastards. It's caught me twice. It's caught me out twice, this. It's what a nightmare. I can start a Mexican wave.
Dave's on the right idea. Black Tower bottle of wine for me. It's like alcoholic lilt.
Right,
Bruce
we've got a few topics to talk about now as well. So the first one I want to talk about is January window. Who realistically are Newcastle going to sign to stay up? Because let's face it, It's not going to happen. Realistically, who are Newcastle going to sign to stay up and then push top 10 next season?
I wouldn't.
That's not realistic either. Realistically, who are Newcastle United going to sign? Because we are second bottom of the Premier League. We've got 3 points. We haven't won a game. Who are we realistically going to sign? Money might not be an object, but our league position is. And everything else needs money as well. The training facilities need money. The ground needs revamping. The Tyne Bridge needs doing because they want to invest in the area as well. That's not, Annie, if you went across the Tyne Bridge, you'd be disgusted at how a monumental piece of art in our city has been left to rot. And it's not right. That is a symbol of our city. That Tyne Bridge needs revamping. So it's not just about the team, it's about everything. So
let's start with the team. Let's start with the team.
Going to sign?
We need. I'd say we need 2 centre halves, Barry. 2 centre halves. We need a striker for definite, maybe 2 strikers,
right?
And maybe a midfielder too. So,
right. Well, I
5
picked out
5 players. I'm looking at.
Well, I've picked out 3 players I would love to see us sign, and I think they're realistically a chance of happening on the basis that we push on next season.
Yeah.
So we push for top 8 or something like that. Jimenez at Wolves, because I think he will leave Wolves as a striker. I think he will leave.
Yeah.
And Didi at Leicester, because Leicester are not going to be in the top 6 this season. They're not. And if you can offer them more wages than what Leicester can, there's money talk.
I don't think the amount of money Leicester are going to want for Wilfred and Ndidi, Newcastle will pay in January. If you look at
maybe the summer.
I think summer, sure, but I don't think in January. I don't think Newcastle United. I think if the owners have got a sensible mind, I don't think they'll pay 35-50 million.
I think they would, though.
for one player in January.
I think they would.
In January.
I don't think fair play is going to come into it very quickly, because if you look at Newcastle's record over the last 3 years, they've not actually been in the red, which means we can spend more money because technically we actually have more money, because we haven't gone anywhere near fair play. So they'll look over the last 3 years of the revenue, and then we could sign someone for 35 million, and maybe we could probably spend 100 million in January and not get anywhere near fair play.
Yeah, I think 190 million is still we can spend, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's without sales.
Yeah, and then there'll be sales, there'll be terminations. It'll all happen. People like Hendrick, Gale, they'll all be looking for new clubs in January without a shadow of a doubt.
I'll give you a name then. I'll give you a name.
Then. Come on.
Van der Beek, Man United.
That's my next one.
Right. I would look at Lingard.
Lingard was another, but I think he's got a bit of a Man United future at the moment. The way his substitute appearances have been going, and he's in the England squad again, I don't think Man United will let him go. But Van der Beek, because he's not getting a game, even if it's just a loan deal till the summer, and then maybe a transfer afterwards.
I wouldn't mind Joe Gomez.
Yeah, he's not getting a game for Liverpool. He's not going to get, but you'd have to pay a lot of money for him, I know, but
English, I think we've got to be careful with English players because they are going to come with huge transfers.
What about Eric Boye, Man United?
Oh, that's a decent one.
Yeah. What about defenders, like centre backs? I know.
That's what I'm saying, Eric Boye.
Yeah, Bailey, I know, but I'm not being a massive fan of him.
Do you know who I think Newcastle should go after in January? It's a
Don't say Danny
centre-back.
Simpson again.
No, it's right back. No.
Need a right back.
A centre back from Ajax, Per Schurz.
Right.
Per Schurz. He's not a joke name. Serious player. I think he's about 20. Was looked after by Liverpool last January as well. I think he'll be like 15-20 million. Fantastic young player, and probably would go ahead of the starting centre backs at the moment. Just saying.
Yeah, potentially. But the one thing that we've got to be careful of is we're not going to go out and buy Haaland, Mbappe, Messi, all these kind of players. It's not going to happen. We need to be raiding clubs like Leicester's, like the Wolves, who have got talent. Brighton have got some talent there now as well. We need to be signing those kind of players from those clubs to help us push into the top 10. Then when we outdo our performance of those players and we push into the top 6, that's when you can start realistically looking at bigger players, because then
But they
you see
haven't-
the project.
We haven't sacked Steve Bruce yet.
It's going to happen. They might not do it today, but they're going to do it ASAP. Come on, the fan forum was done, and it's 95.7% said that Steve Bruce is not good enough for this football club, and Steve Bruce is not going to be in charge of Newcastle United much sooner. It's as simple as that. But we'll talk about players because we're going to come on to managers next, because we want to find out who you guys think will take over realistically, because you can't get ahead of yourself. But for me, like I mentioned, Chris Wood at Burnley would be a good striker.
Yeah, I
You know
agree.
what I mean? These are the sort of players that we'll be looking at.
I wouldn't mind that striker from Liverpool. What's his name?
Origi.
Origi? Yeah, we were linked
That's
with
a fair
him.
shout.
Apparently Barcelona are after Divock Origi though.
Really?
Yeah, they want him for 20 million.
They're just a small club in
Jesus.
Catalonia.
Yeah, they're finished. They're going. They're literally going through one of those cycles now where they had all the amazing players. They've now all disappeared.
Can I just drop out for 2 minutes?
Yeah. And now they're going through that cycle again of how do we get players through? Who do we sign? They've obviously got caps on wages. They're in big trouble, and I'd be very surprised if they actually qualify for the Champions League this season.
Yeah,
the way things are going.
Yeah, maybe Madrid too. Maybe Real Madrid are in the same boat as them, aren't they?
I think Real Madrid will be fine, to be honest. I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, I think they will. They're going to sign Mbappe for free next year, aren't they? That's where Mbappe is going. Mbappe will go to Real Madrid.
Yeah,
he's not coming to Newcastle. There's no reason why we can't, maybe in 2 years' time, look at someone like Haaland if no one else has picked them up, if we're near the Champions League or going to be in it, because that's the goal eventually, but not right now.
Yeah, it's going to be a slow process, definitely.
Exactly. They want to do it like Leicester did, not how
they want to get
Man
the
City
feet
did
at
it
the table, guys. Them get their feet at the table, work things out, what they need. What do we need to stay up this season? Well, the first step is obviously get rid of the manager. Then they need to look at the position. And I think these people actually have got some kind of clue about what football is about, as opposed to the previous owner. And I think they'll be transparent about it as well, as opposed to the previous owner. Let's not talk to him by his name anymore. No. So I think definitely a couple of centre-backs. Maybe a defensive midfielder and definitely a striker or two as well. So I think we're going to need 5 players, Barry. I really do.
Yeah, 5 players to be competitive and to finish mid-table. Yes, 3 to probably stay up. But again, it's who can we persuade to come that is only maybe going to be there for 2 years, because then we'll look for better players afterwards. Because that's what will happen. That's what happened at Man City. They bought the likes of. Who was Robinho? Robinho was never good enough for the Premier League, but he was a big name, and he got people in. He thought he was going to Man United as well, didn't he? So that was funny. But you've got to build up gradually, and you've got to find players. Like for me, Danny Ings would have been a perfect signing had we had the takeover before the start of the season.
Yeah,
he would have been perfect. Those kind of players that are better than good, like the very good players. Borderline, when they're on form, they hit excellent, but maybe for only a little part of the season. But they can push you up to that top 8 quite easily. And that's what we've got to look at. We've got to find those gems. I think someone mentioned Sarr for Watford. He started off like a house on fire, hasn't he? But could he improve us? And he probably could.
Yeah, absolutely.
Come on, Annie. Huh? I thought you were going to say something, mate.
Oh, yeah. On Ismail Sarr. Are you talking January for Sarr or summer?
Well, I was thinking January, but it all depends because he's only just joined Watford, hasn't he?
He's been there a while. He's been there 2 or 3 years.
He joined there 2 seasons
Has he?
ago.
Well, then there you go.
Yeah,
January.
he went down with him last time.
Yeah, but we're only talking about January.
Yeah, but I think what they're going to do first, I think what they're going to spend in January depends on what we do between now and then. If we're still 19th and table and adrift, they might splash out then. They might have to.
They might have to. Yeah. But they'll splash out on good to very good players, hoping they'll keep us up. Like that Tip did, who used to own the club, when he brought Sissoko in and Gouffron and that, he bought.
Right, I'm going to go get my top.
No bother. The doorbell's going. I love it. Let's jump to a few comments because there's quite a few.
Go on then.
Signed Jonathan David, and that's our striker for the next 10 years. Do you know who Jonathan David is, Annie? Because I don't.
Yes. I think he
Any
plays
good?
for Lille. He's a striker. Quite young. But yeah, really good. Really good young striker. I think Ryan's saying that because he's Canadian.
French Canadian, isn't he?
So yeah, sorry, pardon me.
I think we'll soon become the Man City of the league. 20 million gets added to everyone we even think of looking at. Won't happen right away, but we'll be part of the Premier League hyperinflation. Yeah, I mean, that's going to happen. They know how rich we are, but the club can come out and say, well, technically, we've only got this amount. The public investment fund isn't just for Newcastle. It's for everything that the Saudis do. It's the F1, it's Disney, it's Netflix, all the money they've got into things, Facebook. It's not just Newcastle's money, and this is what people have got to be wary of. You know, they will invest a certain amount into the club to improve it and also to make a profit on it, because that's what public investment funds for. It's to build your portfolio and make it more profitable, even though it's like every single club in the Premier League added plus times it by 2, and then you get how much they're worth. But all that money isn't Newcastle's, so we can't get too excited by it. Get excited because we haven't got that tit anymore, but we can't get excited in spending 150 million on a player and then going out and spending another 150 million on a player. It's just not going to happen. But I'm just so excited we've got our club back. That's the main thing. How can Mbappe go to Madrid? They aren't in massive debt because he'll be a free transfer next season.
But it's still gonna signing on fees and wages.
Oh yeah, there will be, but it'll be a lot cheaper than what it would have been if he was in a contract.
Yeah. But
So I'm sure Real Madrid will be able to sort that out. I mean, at the end of the day, one of the massive clubs, it's Real Madrid. It happens, doesn't it, with clubs like that? Julie Warlington. Hey Barry, how are the lads? Yes, it's happened. Hey Ryan, or should I say? Oh, I can't speak French. I'm not even try. I'm not even trying that. I don't speak French, but still.
I can actually translate that.
Go on then.
I am a baguette. Je suis.
You are a baguette.
I am a baguette.
Well, so Judy, you're a baguette. Well done.
Yeah.
Thanks, Judy. Already cracked open a Corona. And cheers. Again, it's French.
My friend.
My friend.
Cheers, mon ami. My friend.
Love it. So anyone in the comments, could you please let us know the 3 to 5 players realistically you would like to see Newcastle sign in January? We've named a few. It'll be nice to hear what you guys think as well. There'll be players out there that I've forgotten about. Morpay would be a good one as well, potentially, if we can prize him away from Brighton.
I think he could be a good one. But again, it's just so tough getting players in January because, well, first they might be in a good team who are winning most of the time, or they just can't. Teams can't afford to get them away.
We can afford them. This is the thing. We will be able to afford this in January. It's just how much do they want to pay? And will we be in a position to attract the players? That's the thing.
I think you will. Because at the end of the day, the nasty old cliche, money talks. And I think that is absolutely going to be the case this time around.
I've got a bit of a one for us when we go on to managers about money talks and all that sort of stuff. So I'll save that one for later. What is your feeling as a Bristol City fan seeing a takeover at Newcastle like this? Do you think, thank God, someone's finally going to break the top 6 and that cartel is hopefully being broken up? Or do you think this is bad for football? Because there's a lot of people out there who think, obviously, too much money. You know, this can't be a good thing.
Honestly, as you mentioned, as a Bristol City fan, couldn't really care less. But I think it is good. I think it's definitely good to have competition. I'm just slightly skeptical on how carried away Newcastle fans are getting. I understand. I completely understand the fact that Mike Ashley's now gone. 14 years of suffering is now gone as well. But what What time? I'm not quite 100% sure.
Right.
I suppose we'll just have to wait out and see.
I mean, the thing for us, we're not getting excited that. I mean, if you listen to any, and you go on Twitter, listen to any Newcastle fan, unless you find an idiot, which they are out there. Don't get me wrong, but I watch Sky Sports News, people getting interviewed, and I think the interviewer on Sky was devastated that no one said, "Oh yeah, we're going to go out and splash this, splash that, splash that." Everyone they spoke to said the simple thing, and this is what it is for us: we have our club back. We don't want our club to be a Man City and just to go out and splash loads of money. The only thing we care about as a football club now is we have owners who are going to try to make our club competitive. That's all we want as a club that tries to win the Carling Cup, tries to get to the quarterfinals of an FA Cup, not get knocked out in the third round straight away, just like we do in the Carling Cup. That's all Newcastle fans want. We want a club that tries, gives 110% on the pitch, even though 110% isn't really 110%. It's 100%. My dad hates that. That's all we want. And you'll find a 5% of fans who will come out and say stupid things because that's just natural. There's fans in every club that say things like that. But the 95% of Newcastle fans will be saying the same thing. We've got our club back. We're gonna compete to stay in the league this season. Then next season, depending on what the Saudis want to do, I think we'll be pushing between top 10 and top 6, and then we'll build on that. I don't think it's going to be a turnaround in 2 years, 3 years. We're going to be challenging for top 4. I think it's going to be a 5-year project, and then we might break the top 4.
Remember when Abramovich bought Chelsea?
Yeah.
His first thing he did was he sacked Ranieri, he brought in Mourinho. And they were, but remember where they started from. They were like 5th, 6th every year, weren't they? Challenging us for 5th, 4th, actually.
Yeah.
So they had a much higher base to start from, so it was easier for them to do it.
Yeah.
We're starting from a much lower base, and like you say, it's got to be a step-by-step process of building up momentum, improving steadily year by year, until we get to the stage where, let's challenge for trophies.
Exactly.
It'll be a 5-year process, in my opinion. I think that's what we're going to hear from them. There'll be a time on it. We heard previous owners say the same when he came, didn't he? Exactly the same. He also said we're going to have fun and win trophies. Well, what a load of nonsense that was. Didn't have any fun, and we won no trophies apart from the championships.
I think there's a hole in the roof on the stand.
Really?
Where it says Newcastle. Because they took down, how it said on top of the roof, it said Sports Direct.
Yeah, they took the signs down and there's a hole in the roof. Brilliant.
Are they down, are they?
They'll be down. They'll take them down as quickly as they possibly can.
That'd be like the Berlin Wall coming down, mate.
Well, to be honest with you, it probably wasn't actually the contractors. It was probably all the fans outside the ground. As soon as they said it was sold, they probably started ripping all the signs down. It wouldn't surprise me. Get in. Right, let's get some more comments out of the way. So I'd love Virgil van Dijk, Marshall in the back line, some defender that can take control and make expansive strikers think twice. Yeah, but we're never getting him, Judy, unfortunately. He's Rolls Royce of defending. He is the best defender in the world. How are you today, Billy?
Bit shit, really.
I can't believe your mate messages saying, "Oh yeah, I've seen you on the Four Horsemen. I really like your stuff."
I don't even know who he is. I don't even know who he is.
Maybe he was meant to say me, but he actually said you. I don't
Possibly.
know. But there you go. But I thought, wait a minute, I'm on there.
Yeah, I've only been in it once.
Yeah, bit strange.
He didn't mention the Horsemen, though, did he? He might have meant fans forum and stuff like that.
But he said the 2 review, didn't he? So
either either don't matter. He's a fan, so great.
I was like, yeah, thanks, mate. Thanks. I've only been on there for like 7 months.
First time outcomes for me.
Longer than 7 months, actually.
Did you watch You Block Yourself Off?
Bloody camera. I know I have. Don't worry, I'll sort it out.
I went on with Paul last night, and some bastard called me Neil Ruddock.
Did he?
Someone commented. Is that Razor Ruddock?
Love it.
I'm not really sure it's nearly a year for you, Baz, on Four Horsemen.
No, I only started this year. I think it was March or February or March or something like that. I can't quite remember. Right, so back to the comments. For the next 2 seasons, I'll be happy to be in Everton. Yeah, 10 for 6. Yeah, definitely. I wonder what Rafa's thinking. We'll come to that later. Come on, lads. Yay. I am happy. Everyone's happy.
Ecstatic.
He's happy. He's happy twice.
I'm overwhelmed. I can't keep the tears. I can't even keep the tears in.
Chalk them back, mate. Chalk them back. You're live on camera. So Billy was on the Four Horsemen, and I missed. He wasn't on the Four Horsemen. He was on the Fans Forum. Judy,
No, I wasn't Four Horsemen. I did substitute.
Oh, you did,
week,
yeah. You did it when I was at work, didn't you? On night shift. Yeah. Judy, you did miss it. Terrible, Judy. What has become of you? Right, managers. So I have been told by a very reliable person that Eddie Howe has already been sounded out for the job while the takeover was going through in the last couple of days. I would be very happy with Eddie Howe till the end of the season and to see where we are. He's 6-1 if you fancy a bet. I think Conte's favourite at 5-1, which is still high odds. I mean, no one's nailed on favourite for this job yet.
How many in the ring, Baz? How many's in the field? Is there about 10 or 11 of them, is there?
About 10, I think.
DBG's in there as well, isn't he?
Yeah. But let's talk about realism again. So we sack Bruce in the next couple of days. Who is realistically going to take the job? Who would you like to see, David? Realistically.
Eddie Howe.
Yeah.
Is a show.
Any other names?
Sean Dyche.
Sean Dyche. See, no, I wouldn't like that because you'd be
We
taking them away from Burnley. Yeah, we'd take them away from Burnley on a very short contract, and he won't go for that. Mark says Howe for him.
I'll tell you the issue I've got with Howe.
Go on.
When he went to Burnley about, let's say, 6-7 years ago, he was homesick.
All right.
He wouldn't take the Celtic job for the same reason he wouldn't move up north.
Yeah. Well, this is why I think it would be a short-term one.
Yeah,
but I think it's like, well, if you're going to get homesick, you don't want to be in Newcastle for a long time. Will you come and save our season? Give him a golden handshake if he keeps us up, and then we move on to bigger and better things. Because Howe's out of a job, so it just makes it easier to transition in as quickly as possible.
Yeah,
if we're trying to get, because if we're trying to get another manager from another club, you are looking at compensation. You're looking at a longer time frame to get that deal done, and we really need it sorted ASAP because we've got Spurs coming up in 9 days' time. So we want it done quickly. So he's got at least 7 days to prep the team. So Howe is the perfect replacement, personally, for me, till the end of the season.
Or Lampard.
Jesus Christ. I've heard we've had 225 million to spend in January due to FCB not spending. Any idea if this is true? Well,
I've heard 190.
Yeah, I've heard 190, yeah.
That's what it's on the NUFC website.
Right.
I've got the app on my phone. It said Newcastle could spend up to £2,050 in the January market before they're hitting the financial fair play rule.
Right. When does that reset again then? Does that reset every transfer window? Is it a yearly thing or?
It just
I
said,
think so.
It just said that we could spend in January 250 million without hitting that red line of the financial fair play rule. And I think
all them players mentioned earlier, forget them. I want Van Dijk, Salah.
Yeah, but realistically, we're still not getting them, though, are we? This is the problem. We need to keep grounded a little bit here because if we start reading out these sort of names, we're going to get rid of things.
It's like you say, realism. We need to be realism. We've got to remember where we are at this precise moment. We're 19th in the Premier League. It's imperative we stop up.
Yeah. What I would like to see now, right, is just the training ground get revamped, get them wheelie bins into the skip, get them paddling pools away, and get like a proper ice bath. Yeah,
I agree. Cryogenic, everything. Let's have the top of the range stuff.
Yeah, that will happen. The training ground facilities and the grounds rejuvenation will be top of the list of what they need to do, along with the new manager and then players in January. The training facilities will probably take a year to build, potentially 6 months to a year, won't it? I'll need planning permission and everything to go along with it.
Yeah.
They might even move it away from Benton Park because it is a bit of a trek. They might want to build up. They might want to build a whole new bloody stadium and training complex on the side of it. We don't know. I mean,
they could build it on the park on Leeds Park and then use St James's Park as a training ground, couldn't they?
Exactly.
Let's be honest. But what I found interesting, one of the first things I saw was that the consortium want to take Jason Wilcox away from Man City. He's the leader of their youth development setup.
Right.
Now that's a massive set. If we can do that, that's a massive statement, in my opinion. If we can take Man City's youth development man away, that's a huge statement. That speaks volumes. It really does. Because it's all spending all this money on players. If you can bring them up yourself, we've seen Man City likes of Foden and other players. They've had Eric Garcia. They brought from youth. Real good players. Yeah. If we can do that here, what more does a Newcastle United fan want than watching a homegrown talent like Gaza and Beardsley, the fun players? It doesn't matter, is it? What's that, mate?
So Mbappe looking at Real Madrid and then Newcastle steps in. Very funny, Judy. Very funny. I know she's gone, but I've just got the picture now. Very, very funny. Right, we're talking about managers, Annie. So realistically, who do you think Newcastle could attract as a manager right now?
Oh, right now?
Yeah. Because it's going to happen. Steve Bruce is going to get the sack in the next 24 hours.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he hasn't been sacked now.
They won't do it straight away. They'll want the announcement to settle, everyone to enjoy themselves, and then we can have another celebration when Steve Bruce is sacked as well. So they're just giving us 2 days on the drink, basically. Unfortunately, I'm at work tomorrow night, though.
I'm not drink again.
I mean, it's obvious names are Howe and Lampard, aren't they? They're both free to go, ready to go now.
Well, what about John Terry?
Lampard? No.
John Terry?
No.
Terry could come as a number 2 for Lampard, yeah.
As like a manager, to the end of the season, give John Terry.
It's a risk, though, isn't it? What is no good at it, Dave?
John Terry's not actually ever managed a club, though, has he? And now we're second bottom of the league. I don't think I'd like to see John Terry at Newcastle now. Yes, if we had no other option, but we're now the richest club in the world technically. So yeah, John Terry's not a good idea for me.
He could come as number 2 for Lampard, though, couldn't he?
He could, but is Lampard the right man as well, though?
I thought he did okay at Chelsea when he didn't have any money to spend, and for this period to the end of the season,
You know what? I'll put the question back at you guys. Who do you?
Go on.
One answer. No 2 answers. No. No. I'd like him, but we'll not get him. I want one answer. Who do you want? Realistic, of course.
You kind of missed our chat to start because we kind of already sorted that. Anyhow.
I think Lampard, personally.
Yeah, I said Eddie Howe for the simple reason is that we get him on a short contract at the end of the season. He keeps us up. We'll give him a golden handshake, and then we bring someone bigger and better in. There's another name I'd like to throw in there as well, and it might not happen till the end of the season. But if he's going to have a big future in football management, which I think he has, is Potter at Brighton. I would love to see that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm with you with that.
Yeah,
I'm with you on that.
Mine, Eddie Howe to the end of the season, and then I would have Jose Mourinho after the end of the season.
I was going to bring that name in at some point. Mourinho only because of his fascination with Bobby Robson.
Yeah,
we've got an attackman to the club.
Conte's favourite at the moment at 5-1. Howe is 6-1. So no one's out and out favourite. So no one knows where the club's going with it. But I was told by someone who is on another channel, another big channel. Don't want to mention names and stuff like that. I'm not a massive fan of him, but he said that Eddie Howe was already done and dusted. But it could change. I don't know. It's the lighting's not great at times.
I think Howe's experience being down that neck of the woods in the league, so to speak, might do us the world of good. He might be a better shout actually than Lampard, who hasn't had that pressure yet, has he, of fighting relegation. Howe's been there and done it, hasn't he?
Well, Howe failed as well. That's the only other
problem.
He
did once, but Yeah, he failed once, but maybe he knows what to do now. You know,
Man. Damn it.
the experience of it.
Yeah, I mean, he did get the experience, didn't he? I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to knock this camera off, even though it's a bit fuzzy. This camera does my head in sometimes. It's a proper camera. It just keeps on knocking itself off. I'm moving the laptop around too much. Oh, and his device is not connected, so he's having problems as well.
There he is, there's Annie.
Just got to move that forward, and it looks like I'm at St James's Park again. Yay!
I like the hashtag cans on your hand.
It's good, isn't it?
Hashtag
Stole it all off Twitter and put it together. There's Mike Ashley packing his box. See you later, pal.
Well, he's planting his Sports Direct mug.
Yeah. All stolen, but still really good. I love it. So, are we in agreement that a big manager isn't the way to go to start with? Because I don't think it is. No. But Eddie Howe's got to be the front runner of me. I mean, Conte, would he take on a club that's second from bottom? But if he's promised a long-term investment and long-term goal, like Rafa would have been, and this is where I was going to bring you in. Everyone says Rafa left Newcastle for money. If Rafa was offered a lot of money, would he leave Everton to come back?
No.
I think he would.
Ooh, 2 against 1.
I don't think he would. I'll tell you for why. He's at a place now. He's been treated well with respect. The difference was at Newcastle United, he wasn't treated with any respect at all by the previous owner. That's why he went. I think he would have stayed with a half decent owner because he loved the place. He got the club. He loved the fans. Unfortunately, he was treated like an absolute wrong. So that's why he left us. It's nothing to do with money, in my opinion.
I don't think it was ever to do with money. And I've argued with God knows how many people. You went for money. It's like he didn't. His contract ran out. Newcastle offered him one. It wasn't very good. He didn't get the promises that he wanted from Mike Ashley, so he wouldn't work with Mike Ashley.
Apparently, Joe Kinnear at St James's Park.
Why would Joe Kinnear be there?
He's got Alzheimer's.
Yeah, he's got Alzheimer's. He won't be anywhere near the club. Whoever's saying that isn't. No, they're having you on. What's this one? Can't wait for the first player to receive a public flogging. I love it.
What about Chris? What about Chris Hughton to the end of the season?
No, because he's failed in the Championship. And once you start failing in the Championship, you're not good enough for the Premiership, just like Steve Bruce. I mean, I like Chris Hughton as a man, and I have done for a long time. He should never have been sacked when he was. But like Bruce, he hasn't moved with the times. So I don't think he's got it. I really don't. But if we're looking for a manager right now on a long-term situation, forgetting about just to the end of the season, it's got to be Potter for me. Because he will leave Brighton for a big club like us with the promises of riches and buying players and actually putting his football philosophy into, competing against Man City and Man United and that in the future. I think he'll go for it.
Yeah, I'll tend to agree with you. At least we play. We need someone that's going to play an entertaining brand of football, as well as a winning one.
I'm not that keen on Graham Potter.
Why?
I just don't know. There's something about him that just doesn't agree with me.
He lost to Bristol City. That's it. Yeah,
well,
as Newcastle manager.
Right.
As Newcastle manager.
I'm going to sneeze, guys. Oh man, this flu is kicking the crap out of me. Right. How can you not want a manager who's managing Brighton, right, with the money that they've spent, who are 6th in the league and got 14 points so far this season?
The only thing I'd say is managers that do things on small resources don't often do them on big resources. You know what I mean?
This is true, but we're getting Potter in on a 5-year deal maybe to look at the long-term future. If after 3 years he hasn't took the club as forward as they wanted, he would have kept this up, he would have got us into the top 10 quite easily, then we can say, sorry, mate, it's not working out and get someone bigger.
I mean,
He would get us to top 10 easily, especially with our attacking talent.
Well, you'd think. But why not just go straight for Conte? If he's going to give a 5-year deal, a 5-year plan out, go for Conte.
Yeah, if Conte
he guarantees you it.
Yeah, but if Conte wants to battle a relegation in his first season in the Premier League with Newcastle, then yeah, fair enough. But will Conte want to take over a club that's only got 3 points, who's sitting second bottom of the Premier League, and is in real risk of relegation because we can't sign anyone until January?
If the turnaround is your rate, you've got money to spend in January.
Yeah. Yeah, but that doesn't guarantee you to stay up, though, does it? Because it depends how many points we get from now until January. And our games from December, especially, are absolutely horrific.
How many points would Antonio Conte have on the board now if he was Newcastle manager with that squad, do you think?
10.
Not many. Not many.
I would say 10, though. And 10 actually gets you mid-table.
I would say 12.
That gets you top 8.
I think if Antonio Conte had been here pre-season and had them training pre-season training, would have beat West Ham, we wouldn't have an out team. Would have got something at Villa Park. We probably might as well have beat them. Would have beat Southampton.
Yeah,
you know, would have certainly beat Watford.
Terrible. How we didn't beat them is unbelievable. No, I don't know about Wolves. Wolves are starting to come into a bit of form again.
Would have beat Leeds at home with their players out injured.
I mean, Leeds weren't great either, and we should have beat them. And the chances we had, we should have beat them. They had more of the ball, though. But there's a good one from Mark there. Just let it sink in, lads. Bruce manages the richest club in the world at the moment.
At this precise moment, yeah.
Crazy.
They're talking to Brian Robson. I don't know why.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Well, he's from Middlesbrough, isn't he?
Well, Chesley Street he's from, isn't he?
Chesley Street, that's 6 and 2 frees, isn't it? What's he saying? You know, they should have bought Man United, really, like. This is what I don't get about Bruce and that, and it really drives me mad. He says he's like a local lad and I support Newcastle and stuff like that. And everyone says, well, why don't you give Bruce a chance? And I've never given him a chance. And the single reason why is, remember when we beat them 5-0? Yeah, at St James's Park. We absolutely thrashed them 5-0. Steve Bruce was in the box that day doing, not commentary, but doing the halftime show.
Yeah.
When they went to the full time and went back to the box, his face, it looked like he'd been smacked in the face by a brick because we beat Man United 5-0. That doesn't scream out Newcastle fan to me, does it? If we beat Man United
when they won
5-0,
the cup, when they won the cup that year, they did the double, didn't they? They beat Liverpool in the final. On the pitch at the end, he was part of the squad singing "Cheer Up, Kevin Keegan." Oh, what can it mean, etc., etc. Andy Cole was another one. You know, who wouldn't even have been in that situation if it weren't Kevin Keegan.
This is true.
So there's lots of people outside St James's now. And we're talking.
Oh yeah, there was loads of them. I've seen videos on Twitter. It's great.
9,000-10,000, I'd say.
Good. You wouldn't find that at another Premier League club, to be fair. I just can't believe we've got it. We've actually got our club back. It's crazy.
Oh, I missed that. We went back there. We've got a quote from Jamie Rubens.
All right.
Let me just read about it.
Let's go back something a bit. Like, we've done it, blah, 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 blah.
Amanda Staveley's spoken. Right. So let's just read these. Amanda Staveley, we intend to instill a united philosophy across the club, establish a clear purpose and help provide leadership that will allow Newcastle United to go on to big achievements over the long term. She also says, our ambition is aligned with the fans to create a consistently successful team that's regularly competing for major trophies. Amazing. And generates pride across the region, across the globe. You've got to be more than that. Jamie Rubin said, we look forward to a great future for Newcastle United. Newcastle is a fantastic city, which is why our family... And then it got off. The advert.
Love it. Well, here's one there as well. It's a good question. Are there any class free signings out there at the moment? So anyone on free transfers that we could potentially snap up now? Now, Watford have already snapped one up, haven't they?
A Cameroonian, yeah.
So is
Nicholas
there any other ones out there?
Jack Wilshere.
Too injury
Well,
prone.
he's training with Arsenal now, isn't he? Thought he's with the first team.
Anyone
Let's have
else?
a look.
Anyone think of anyone?
I'm going to have a look now. See what we got. Free agents. Okay, here we go.
You know, I'm searching up at the moment.
Right. Clement Grenier, he was after him a few years ago. Remember?
Yeah.
Hatem Ben Arfa.
Oh. We need defenders, really, though.
Mangala, he said Man City.
Yeah. He was never really that good, though, was he?
No, he's crap. Danny Alves, 38.
Mo Diame. He's on a free.
Is he even on a free?
Yeah.
He had a
Mo
season
Diame.
under Rafa where he was class.
Andy
Simonovic.
Carroll.
No, let's not go there with him.
Wilfred Bonny.
Yeah.
I would take Wilfred Boney, to be fair, potentially.
I can see him.
How old's he now?
31.
32.
See, that's not that old.
A typical Steve Bruce signing, Ahmed El Mohammadi.
Oh, let's not go there either.
Oh, I've got one for you.
Go on.
Ross McCormack.
Get out. Facundo Ferreira. Remember him?
Oh,
Yeah.
do you know the backup Man United goalie, Sergio Romero? He's on free.
Yeah, we don't need a goalkeeper. We've got plenty of them.
Wow.
Bentaleb.
Mainly. Oh, God. Jesus.
Bentaleb.
So basically what we're saying, there are no quality free signings out there.
Jordan
that we could
Ibe.
snap up.
Jordan Ibe.
No, not really.
That's disappointing.
Robbie Brady's there, but that's about it.
Robbie Brady. I do not believe it. It sounds like we're screwed till January then, doesn't it, basically? That's what we're saying. We're screwed till January.
Yeah, it looks that way. Ramirez, he's played for Chelsea. He's on it, 34.
Ramirez, I would take him.
Yeah, he's played for Chelsea.
Adrian Mustafi. I think
I would take
Mustafi's
him
really
till
Even
on a
Andrew?
on a 1 year deal.
What about Jack Rodwell?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Just do it for the troll.
That's true. Guys in the chat and people watching, if you've not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Really would appreciate it. We've got another 7 today through the door, which is really nice. So we're actually 93 away from giving away the next free prize, which hasn't even been delivered to me yet. So I hope I get the delivery before we hit the 750, boys. That's going to be embarrassing. But please hit that subscribe button. Got some great guests lined up, especially on Monday night with the Sweet Spot. We've got not the real Ewan, but we've got a very, very special guest who's funny and great. Scottish, isn't he? Is he Scottish?
Yeah.
Yeah, funny guy. You need to tune into that on Monday night at 7:30. I mean, even some of the people who are retweeting the tweet are just unbelievable. There's like journalists and everything.
There's Peter Levenkranz on there.
Peter Levenkranz won't be on there. He's retired. He's like
He's
40.
about 50, isn't he?
Yeah, he's like 45. He was there when we got promoted the first time around with Houghton. Peter Levenkranz. Come on, mate. I loved him. Don't get me wrong. He was quality.
So did that.
He's been on telly today, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. Yeah, Rob Lee, Warren Barton.
Daniel
all been
Sturridge is on a free.
Yeah,
He's in Australia.
Injury prone. No, yeah, he did. He went to somewhere in Australia, didn't he? Or somewhere ridiculous. Yeah. Andrew fancies Conte as manager. We think Howe till the end of the season. Wouldn't mind Potter either, to be honest with you. But yeah, please keep rolling them in. Any players you think that we should sign in January, realistically, that would be up our street. Thinking about 2 centre-backs. Think about 5 players, 2 midfielders, a striker, and 2 centre-backs. If you can find us some names that we can realistically sign, we want to hear them. Also, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, if everything goes well, I might have an interview with Craig Hope lined up as well.
Wow.
So that'd be quite interesting. we're working on it. We're working on it. So I'm hoping that happens. And so please keep an eye out on the channel and please subscribe if you haven't already. It'll be amazing. And hit that like button, please, as well. That'll be amazing. We've only got 2 likes on the show. That's not good enough. Come on.
Yeah,
So has he handed the keys over? Yeah.
Yeah, it's completely done.
good.
That's why we're doing the show, mate. It was on an hour and 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, no, yeah, I know that. It's just,
So that means
Yeah,
it's
that
done.
statement from Stavely and
it just kinda-
Rubens.
it just
Amanda
can't- it
Stavely's
can't-
just said,
it can't-
Oh, we've got 15
Spoken.
likes on the show. That's good.
Amanda
You know,
Stavely's just said he's spoken to Jamal Lascelles and
I just can't get my head
Steve-
around it.
David, wait there. Annie's talking, mate.
Amanda Stavely said she's spoken to club captain Lascelles
Right.
and Steve Bruce, but she hasn't made a decision on Bruce yet.
Oh, it's obvious. He's got to go. I think it's just you're just waiting for it to calm down. He might be in charge
PIF
against Spurs,
out.
you know.
Hashtag get the cans back in. Not sack Bruce yet. What a disgrace.
He won't last. Someone put a great tweet on. Do you know when David Brent on The Office gets sacked?
Yeah, that was me.
I was you. It was a mint tweet that I think he's sitting at the table of his interview going, "Please, guys, just keep me on, and I promise I'll try twice as hard.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we're starting from now, and I'll turn it around. I really will. Get out of my office. Get out now."
Fantastic. Unless Amanda Stavely was discussing how you spell P45 for Steve Bruce, that might have been the conversation.
So yeah,
What?
I've been out all day, so I haven't really seen much of it. So I didn't see the bit where Ashley handed over.
You don't see him hand over the keys, mate. An hour and 17 minutes ago, Sky Sports announced along the bottom the deal was completed, and that was it. That's it. Hashtag cans. We started the show. This show was never going to start unless the deal was 100% completed, because it would be a waste of a show. So that's the only reason why we're doing it, because it
didn't start for 10 minutes either, did it?
It didn't start for 10 minutes either, yeah. And then I had to have my tea, which was annoying. Like I said, everything happens when I'm busy. It does my head in.
A lovely gif by
Yeah, I saw that.
I love Gunovic's tweet. You've seen that? Wow, Newcastle have a new Man City owner with actual fans.
Yeah.
Going to be a long night for my Geordie buddies at Tim Review, at John NUFC 42, at Basil 080808, at Billy Trey, at Chipperfield, not at Billy Proudlock. Great tweet that is.
I honestly can't believe it's happened. And
it's Pete's birthday tomorrow too, isn't it?
It is. It's perfect for his birthday, but it's a week after mine. The tits. I would have loved it to have happened on my birthday, but at least the birthday weekend. But
like Christmas Day and New Year's Day, celebrate it again tomorrow, mate.
I'm on 3 night shifts now, so that's me. That's me done. I need to try and get rid of this flu as well somehow.
You know, I think.
Oh, here we go. There's a player. Doko, the Belgium lad.
Doku. Who's that?
Yeah.
Oh, Doku. Or
Doku.
Doku.
Yeah, good player he is.
Where's he play?
Italy somewhere, isn't he? Sampdoria,
No,
I think
no,
Sampdoria.
No, France.
Position.
Oh, he's a
Position.
locker. Left attacking mid.
Winger, yeah.
Right.
Kind of where Saint Maximin plays.
Then no, we don't. We need
No,
a
he
striker.
can play on the other side. He can play on the
He
other
can go
side.
either side though, yeah.
Yeah, but we need a
Bad
striker.
for tricks. Rapid. Yeah, he was fantastic in Euros.
I think we need a striker, defensive midfielder when Hayden's not available, or to replace Hayden, and then we need 2 centre backs as well potentially.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, we had one of the best defences in the league when Rafa was there. The players haven't changed. There's no reason why a good manager can't get them playing well again.
What about Martinez?
Dalsgaard, who's that?
Oh, Damsgaard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great player.
Where's he
Yeah.
play?
Centre mid.
No,
Centre.
Cam.
no,
He's a cam,
no.
really, isn't he?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Who does he play for at the moment?
Italy
Sampdoria.
somewhere.
Sampdoria. See, again, they're the kind of teams we should be raiding because they're not massively up there, are they? There's a Danish
Yeah,
kid at
do
Sampdoria,
you know-
I'm guessing is what he meant.
Barry, do you know the first goal we conceded in the Euros?
Yeah.
In the
Yes.
semi-finals, he scored that free kick.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, yeah, that was a good free kick. Dick?
Yeah, no. Yeah, no.
Yeah, give me that.
Why is
Block
it coming twice?
Block that.
I'm trying to see.
There we go.
There we go. Done.
Even on a momentous day like this, you still get arseholes trying to come in and troll.
No,
What a
no.
load of knobheads.
Mind you, I wouldn't mind seeing Kim Young Jung do Hitler. That'd be quite funny.
See my head.
Turn into.
We're not going to sign him, Baz.
I think you should sign
There we
Axel Witsel from Dortmund.
That would be a bad
very
sign.
German. I thought you were going down the route of Hitler there for a second.
Belgian. Experienced midfielder. Really, really good.
How old's he? About 31, hasn't he?
32.
Good player. Very good player.
Yeah, sorry, Andrew. I apologise. I shouldn't say things like that. It's not the Four Horsemen. It's not a Monday night. But I can't. I'm on a hat trick. I'm on a hat trick on Monday night.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, you are. You are.
You made him spit his drink out twice.
I'm on a hat trick.
Twice
I'm on
in
a
one show.
The ball's coming in.
So technically, I've got the hat trick then, but I haven't got the hat trick. 3 shows in a row is what I'm looking for. I've got it all lined up. It's the first time I've ever prepped something, but when I finished the show and I thought, how am I going to get them again? And I've got something. I've just got to land it right at the right time. So, and I don't normally prep for that. I don't prep for any show. To be fair, I like to just do it off the cuff. That's when I think it's best, and you have raw material then. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Monday night because I want that hat trick. It'd be good if I can get Pete and Paul at the same time. That would be that would be the hat trick of hat tricks. But we'll
do that. You
we'll
get
see
to
how
keep
it
both their
goes.
green screens.
Yeah, love it. Oh, my shares are going down again. That's not good.
And the key words: clear long-term strategy.
Yes.
Oh, here we go. Here
Yeah.
comes Sky pulling out all the cliches. Long-term cliche. Blah 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 blah. We've said it already, mate. We're an hour ahead of you.
They're just reading out the quotes from Stabler.
Has Paul got a show on tonight? I have no idea, mate. I know.
Yeah, he is.
8 o'clock.
Yeah, I know John has at 7. He's got his fans
shock.
forum on, hasn't he? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. John loves
Yeah,
it.
John 7.
No, Barry. It's not the fans forum. It's the fan video call phone.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's the
Paul's on at 9 o'clock, I think.
9 or 8 or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, I'll be in bed by then. I'm knackered.
Well, I need to go to school tomorrow.
Oh,
Lovely.
John 7:30, is he? I thought he was 7.
Oh yeah. He's inviting me. Oh no, it's at 7.
A stream.
Sure, it's 7.
I thought it was 7. I'm sure I saw something at 7.
Yeah. He's inviting me. I'll go for that then in 15 minutes. 15 minutes. When are we planning to end the stream then? Hour 30?
Might as well just do another 15 minutes and then
Yeah.
drop off. I can't carry on any longer, to be fair, because the kids' bath and I need to help out and all that sort of stuff.
There you go, 17 likes now. I've just liked it.
Anyone liking the new setup? Lovely.
I like it when I come off. I kind of do.
I beg your pardon. Don't we all?
Andrew had to change his profile picture to Mandy. Nothing wrong with that.
I can't do it with
One of my mates is just messaged that's doing the thing, and he's just realised how much we're actually worth now. So if you don't know out there, 10th are Wolves with 5.2 billion. 9th are Inter Milan with 6 billion.
These are alleged numbers, by the way.
Not alleged numbers. Net worth, apparently. 8th, Paris Saint-Germain, 6.5 billion. 7th, Arsenal, 6.8 billion. That was 7th, yeah. 6th, LA Galaxy. Can you believe that? They're 6th. 8.1 billion. Chelsea, 5th, 9.6. Juventus in 4th with 11 billion. 3rd, RB Salzburg with 15.7. Number 2, Man City with 23.2 billion. And at the top of the charts, Newcastle United, 320 billion. 320 billion. That's how much their net worth is.
So the team
So-
below it is what? Man City are worth how much?
23.2 billion.
So we're worth more than sort of 15 times more than them then.
Yeah.
Wow.
'Cause
What
we
a
have,
bunch of peasants!
that is
They're just a small. They're just a small town in Manchester.
That's pocket change, isn't it? That is what they're worth.
Yes,
Pocket change.
it is. But like I keep saying, this isn't Newcastle United's money. This is the consortium's money. It's a public investment
That's
fund.
right.
They're putting money into loads of things. They just want to grow it. They want a football club. They will put money into it, but they'll do it sensibly. So we need a toon
Just
flag
get-
behind you,
just
Annie.
get-
Yes, we do.
Just get those comments off the screen there.
How many billions in a billion? Is it 100, isn't it?
Yeah,
I have
100,
no idea,
100,
mate.
100
Or was it
million.
1,000 million a billion?
No, 100 million. 100 million.
It's the kind of
100
money I'll
million.
never see. It's
100.
incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, 100 kilogram. No, 100 grams. Yeah, 100 million in a billion. Yeah.
It's just
Oh no,
crazy.
I just do that. No, 100 grams.
I'm gonna Google it. I think it's 1,000. How many
I love it.
I think
Million.
it's 100.
Or
in
in a billion.
billion? Oh, here we go. It's 1,000.
Right.
1,000
got-
million per billion.
They've got
I was kind of
320
right.
billion.
I was kind of right.
1,000 million is in a billion.
Yeah.
I was
So
It's
kind
just
of,
just
money.
say 1
Money we're never
billion
going to see,
pounds.
really.
Good lord.
They could end world hunger. They could literally end world hunger, and just by clicking the fingers if they really wanted to. This is how stupid the world is. To be fair,
Yeah, I agree.
you know, it's some sort of
Diego
money. Like
Simeone has been considered by the.
I would again. I can't see it. Can't see him wanting to come to the Premier League to Newcastle right now. Maybe in the future. Just I hope the whole doesn't run out. Even if the all runs out, they've still got 320 billion. I don't think it really matters.
I've just been learning about oil in physics, so I can tell you all about oil.
You just dig it up, don't you?
Just dig it up, basically, yeah.
You get the oil that comes out the ground and shouts Snickers, that's crude oil.
I think I might have got my notes.
I can't be that joke went over your head.
It was terrible.
It's in here. It's all in there.
Oh man.
No, we don't want a lecture on oil.
Where are they gone? It's all in here.
We've got more barrels than you care to mention.
Mm.
Christ. Where's oil?
The one thing that I don't like about our takeover is that the Premier League still aren't going to get nailed for what they've done.
Well, yeah, I said it earlier.
Yeah, it makes me a little bit angry that. Because we wanted this takeover as well for all other football fans to actually show that there is conspiracy and there is corruption within the Premier League, and now it's not going to come out in the light of day, which is a little bit annoying for me.
So what it says on my notes is Newcastle's marquee signing should be Danny Simpson.
I told you, I've seen that Bart Simpson.
We've had Danny Simpson before.
Please.
He was good.
I'd
was good
rather,
for us.
Take him.
I'd rather take Homer Simpson.
We would have got
Please,
the manager.
Just take
Exactly.
him, please. I beg. I absolutely beg.
We had Danny Simpson. He was all right when he was younger. He's got a Premier League winners medal. He's got a Premier League winners medal. He's got more than
He's
got more medals than what your whole team's got.
No, Matty James, Andy King have both got Premier League medals.
Yeah, same team.
Damn it.
So
Should
that didn't
But
work.
have you-
Haha.
have worked.
Them. There's only 3 of them got medals.
Who in Newcastle has got a medal?
It's a good question.
Grandpa
Alex
Simpson, more
Mackman?
like it. I love it.
Alan to
He hasn't got him. He hasn't got a medal. He hasn't got a Premier League medal.
No, Premier League,
Who?
but he's got a French. He won the French league.
Who?
Alan St. Maximum. When?
Nah, he ain't.
No,
He hasn't won the French league. No,
He hasn't.
no, he hasn't. Unfortunately. And he's
So
got
Bristol
one.
City have more Premier League winners than Newcastle
medals.
United.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Aha. That's
That hurts.
lovely.
Didn't
That
Jeff
hurts.
Hendrick win the Premiership?
When? When?
Never.
in hurling.
Yeah. Paving drives.
Yeah.
Let's just have a look.
There's a good question. Then let's finish the show on this one. Right, in January, who do we get rid of?
Thank you to all of the Newcastle fans.
Player-wise,
Yeah,
Big job on our hands.
let's go along the squad. Well, one of the goalkeepers has got to go.
Gillespie. He was shocking in the under 23s.
Yeah, but get rid of one of them.
Or the
Crap.
reserves, or whatever they're called.
Emil
Crap,
Crap.
Yeah.
Hendrick,
Yeah. Gale, 4.
Richie.
Ooh.
See,
Maybe
you
keep
wouldn't get rid of Richie. Not in
But-
January, maybe the end of the season.
Mate, you know what? You know what I'd do with Richie?
We still got to have a squad,
I'd
you know,
keep-
mate.
You know what I'd do with Richie? I'd keep him till he retires, because not to play him, just because he's such a leader and cares about
Yeah,
Newcastle.
that's fair comment. That is fair comment.
Cares
I
about
get that,
Newcastle.
but he'll
And-
want
and
to
if
play.
you-
Take it back.
He'll want to
And if
play.
you keep, and if you just buy players
Joe
for
Linton.
big money and keep the and get rid of the dead wood, and if you keep the players who are really passionate about the club, I think
No, I
you
wouldn't
will.
get rid of Joe.
that-
Linton.
I'd like to
I
see
think-
Joe Linton a good manager. I want to see it just to see.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't been
I
that
think
bad
I
for the
think
past
he's a
3 or
player
4
in
weeks,
there.
is he?
No, he's done all right the last couple of weeks. Gale's definitely got to go. But we need a striker in. We need at least 2 strikers in, really.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you want Chris Martin?
No, thanks.
I don't like Coldplay.
Jamal Lascelles.
Jamal Lascelles won't go. He's a captain.
Yeah, he won't go. But I think they might get one of the centre halves.
Which one, though? Clark? I wouldn't be getting rid of Shaw or Fernandez.
I think it might be Fernandez.
Really?
Shelby.
Shelby won't go. He's our only playmaker. We need him back in the team, to be fair.
Longstaff.
Which one? We won't get rid of Sean. We've got 25-man squad, remember, buddy? You're getting rid of like 10 players here. We're down to 15 players. We're not going to sign another 10 over.
Well, who
Probably
would you keep?
5.
Realistically, who would you keep? Like,
You've got to
so
think. You've got to think till the end of the season, haven't you?
Yeah, this is true. So I'll keep Dubravka. I'll keep Dubravka. Keep the keepers. Get rid of Gillespie.
Yeah. Apart from Gillespie, we'll get rid of one of them.
I'll get rid of Kraft for definite. He's no use
Yeah.
in the ornament.
Yeah, definitely. You've got to keep all the centre backs unless you sign one because they're so
We got
injured.
to. I think we've got to sign 2 centre backs. I'll be honest. I think we need 2.
Yeah.
I think we're okay for left backs. I think we can try with Lewis with a decent manager. I think he might be okay. Mankio's okay right back for now.
Yeah.
Hayden Willett, obviously they're okay. Shelby.
Would you give Murphy a chance still? Because he hasn't exactly improved himself this season like we thought he would.
He's just on a 6-year contract, ain't he?
Yeah, but he'd be get 10 million for him from a championship team potentially.
Again, a decent manager. He could flourish, but where's he going to play? Because we've got to keep Miggy, we've got to keep St. Maximan, we've got to keep Willett, we've got to keep Wilson.
Fraser might come out of his shell now with a better manager potentially.
Especially if it's Eddie Howe. You know, he knows
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, having said that, he stopped playing for him, didn't he?
Yeah, because they had that fallout, didn't they?
Yeah.
Because he didn't want to play just in case he got injured and ruin his move to a bigger club or to another club because he knew they were going down. So
Start from home. Visit smiledirect.co.uk.
I guess it all depends on who comes in. The first thing they've got to do first is get a new manager. That's the first thing that I'd be looking to do. Whether they get rid of him and leave it to Jones for the first game. They've got 2 weeks. You know, they must have the eye on somebody.
we've got 9 days, haven't they? It's not long.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they need to make a decision soon.
Get Eddie Howe.
Yeah, I think so.
He knows half the team.
He'll play good football.
Yeah. Yeah.
Little one's bath time.
It's fantastic
It is,
actually having this discussion because we never thought it was going to happen. Monday, How many of us thought by Thursday we'd have a new owner?
No.
We'd be
Didn't think it was ever gonna happen.
the richest club in the world, 10 times over.
It's even more than 10. It's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it really is. It's insane. We were all hoping just for a manager change. That was our concern, was get a new manager in, and now we've got a whole new owners, and now we know those owners will change the manager because they know how poor we are. It wouldn't surprise me tomorrow if they come out and say Steve Bruce has been sacked. It wouldn't surprise me.
I think we might get a director of football in. I mean, Danielle said last night on the stream that Les Ferdinand would be a good choice for that. Knows Rubins for QPR, knows the area, knows the club. Yeah, Les Ferdinand, get him in. I want to see a few ambassadors in. I want to see Kevin Keegan. I want to see Alan Shearer. Some of the old heroes of ours.
Yeah.
Just it's a different club. It's going to be transparent. It's going to be smiling, happy smiling faces. Simple as that.
Yeah. Shows are going to be completely different now. There's going to be nothing to complain about.
No. I'm going to be boring as hell.
Yeah. Just go, no. Can't really complain about the owners now. They're actually going to spend money. We've got a new manager, so there you go. Well, it'll happen eventually.
There'll be no ranting anymore, though, will there? You wouldn't think.
Yeah.
Unless imagine we get beaten by Man City by 2-1 and a lucky own goal or something. You're just going mad about it.
Yeah.
When now you're happy to get beat 2-0.
Yeah. Right, let's wrap it up there, boys. It's been a great show. Thanks for coming on, David.
Yeah, no
Ollie,
problem.
as always.
Cheers,
Well
Davey.
done. Thanks for starting the show. And yeah, I'm knackered. Bath time for the little one, and then
shopping away now. I've only put my freezer stuff away.
It always happens. It happened yesterday. It happened today. I knew it was going to happen. I even said to the missus, I said, look, it's going to get announced when I sit down for tea. And as soon as I sat down, boom, because my mate sent a picture in the group that I was in, because I've got it on the iPad. So it was actually 2 minutes behind. And I was like, oh, it's bloody done. And I'm sitting down to my tea. Couldn't believe it. But I'm just buzzing, absolutely buzzing. We've got a club back.
Mate.
Future's bright at last. I've got tickets for the Brentford game. Can't wait for that
Oh,
now.
you're such a lucky man. You're going to love that day so much.
I know. Like proper tickets as well, like meal first and all that sort of stuff.
Brilliant.
Fancy thing. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Super.
I'm going to speak to John Sinclair as well, see if I can buy his tickets off him when he doesn't go.
Well, do you know what? Tickets going to be a rare commodity to get hold of now.
They are now.
Oh.
It's going to be impossible. Absolutely impossible.
Apparently,
I knew it was going to happen.
There was 60,000 trying to get season tickets last night.
Yeah. You can't get them though. I can't get into it.
No, it was all the website crashed.
Yeah. It's mental. Lucky if you get one. I mean, I made the decision to walk away as part of the 10,000. I'm glad I did it because it's obviously worked. It got Mike Ashley to really stand up and sell the club. And if I don't get to go back as a season ticket holder for a long time, then I'll watch the club flourish from a distance because I'm just happy we've got our club back. It's as simple
I've
as
not
that.
seen us play live at St James's Park since the Bordeaux game in the UEFA Cup as was.
Right.
And Depardieu. That's the
that's
last
not
time I
terrible.
stepped foot in St James's Park.
Yeah. Well, I went for the Southampton game for a stag do, like I told you.
I know you did.
And it
Yeah,
was,
I know
it, was
you
a, it was a graveyard. It was horrible. It was not what I left St James's Park when Rafa was in charge. You know, there's no flags.
And do you know what I'm
There
looking
was
forward to?
hardly
I
any
mean,
atmosphere.
Greg said that's not about. We were on about safe standing, and he said that St James's Park didn't meet the regulations of the quality of tier ground. That really punched a nail in my heart, and that's going to all change now, isn't it?
Yeah. They'll revamp the ground. They could even build a new stadium. We don't know. New training facilities. It's a new era. It's a new dawn. We finally got rid of the fucker. I'm so fucking happy. So, guys, it's been a great show. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please hit that subscribe button if you enjoy the channel. We're well on our way to 700. 750 is the next free giveaway, which will be a lovely Newcastle plaque, which I'm sure a lot of you will want. It can go indoors or outdoors. It's beautifully done. Hasn't been delivered yet, so hopefully it'll be delivered before we hit the 750. If we hit the 750, I might have to give mine away and wait for the delivery, which I'll be absolutely gutted about. But again, thanks, buddy, for coming on, as always. And we'll see you on Monday night, won't we, for the Sweet Spot. So if you love
Sweet
the golf,
Spot, I'm going to
please
warm
tune
myself
in.
around the other channels now as well, and I'll be advertising on my channel there.
Amazing. That's what we need to do. Get on other channels and advertise. Your
I'm
name
with
is
John in
at
about
World of
half an
Sport
hour,
TV.
and we'll call later.
Right, cool. Enjoy, man.
Certainly will.
See
Love
you
you,
later,
man.
guys. See you.
Love you too, Army.
Woo!